Hello, Song to MP3 here. Do you guys remember Sonic Mania? Because I do. I mean, I have it on like 3 different platforms, which is a bit mental. But what I'm trying to say is, the game is 8 years old now, which is a bit crazy to think about. Instead of doing what everyone else is doing and focus on the game, I'm going to now focus on the little promotional series used to promote Sonic Mania. It's always nice to see a company put out a little extra effort to bring something like this to the table. It's just a cool thing to do, and I'm always up for new animations. So when you combine Sonic and animation, what do you get? You get Sonic Mania Adventures. 5 parts in 11 minutes. And, well, I'm not going to say my thoughts in the moment, you'll have to wait for that. It's a solid promo, that's all I'm going to say. The basic premise is that Sonic and Tails are having fun on the island when they get noticed that Eggman is up to his old tricks once again. They decide to put a stop to him while grabbing the Chaos Emeralds along the way. Meanwhile, Knuckles, Mighty and Ray also having trouble with Eggman. The group will head towards Eggman's location from various directions. But instead of having a little bit of a deep dive, let's get way more in depth, like analysis level in depth. Let's go episode by episode to Sonic Mania Adventures, character analysis, and what I think of it. Let's go. Episode 1 set down a clear-cut tone, style and format for the series. There was no voice acting, the character was simple and to the point, and the entire first episode had a very slapstick fun feel, which is very Sonic cartoonesque. I like to give some recognition to the use of 3D animation. Right away, you'll have to give the series a lot of credit for its nostalgic art style, considering the fact that Sonic Mania did play off that a little bit for Sonic's 25th anniversary. The characters all really look like their counterparts from the original games. The animation is something out of the original Sonic cartoon and possibly even more retro. It's all very smooth, and once again you'll wonder why we get this level of animation for a web series while the cartoons on TV don't even look as good. It's a very different style from many of the other Sonic cartoons, but it holds its own against all of them. Sonic X certainly looks like the best, but this one would give Sonic Boom a run for its money in the graphics department. Now enough about the art style, let's get on to the music, yeah! Then you've got the classic music, which is also a lot of fun as well, to make all of this feel like a 2D Sonic adventure. Considering that this was before any of the characters could talk either, the series had to be very expressive with them. You can always tell what the characters are thinking and doing, so that's another bit of credit we have to the animation team. Sometimes a character can just be annoying when they can't talk, as poor writers can't use them as well, but this show had no problems here. Now let's go on to the first character. Let's talk about Sonic. Sonic is a solid character, and was for once portrayed in the show as heroic, charming and energetic, but lacking the heavy-handed cockiness that most Sonic media has been synonymous with. Yes, he was fast, yes he was saving animals, and yes, he had personality without having to ladle on a thick layer coat of one-liners. Overall, a good introduction for our hero. Now on to Eggman. Eggman was also well depicted, as instead of an overly serious world domination type villain who looks like he's straight out of a Disney mockbuster, he was generally what he looks like and acts like, a silly, ridiculous man who seems to be more of a rival than a villain. Eggman was also consistent as always, which is good. Once again, the lack of voices helped salvage it, as for Sega's love for intense, angry, destructive Eggman and derived it into a great slapstick antagonist. As can be expected, the music was again, we're going to talk about it again, was great. It was never overbearing or loud, and it was always sound like it was written and performed specifically for this scene, and it played over. The audio mixing was good, sound effects and music never interfered with each other, and the effects made sense for the context. Very good, very nice episode. On to episode 2. Episode 2, let's go. Right off the bat, this episode keeps the same tone, quality and character writing as the first one. Great! Naturally, they weren't identical, but what needed to be consistent was excellent. Since I've gone over our hero and our villain already, and they stay within their characteristics quite well, I'll skip over them for now with the excuse of them being in essence the same as episode 1. Let's talk about Tails. Tails is nice as well, although he doesn't really get to do much. It's still always good to have a sidekick. Honestly, I wasn't expecting much from Tails' design, since unlike Sonic and Eggman, he's fairly rectangular and not easy to style him to suit the other characters. That's where Adventures punched me right in the face. Look at him, he looks absolutely incredible in this style, and anyone who discredits the talent that drew this tiny little fox baby is gonna catch these fists. I'm editor here, I sound really cringy while doing that. I'd like to apologise. His portrayal is also great, keeping up with the simplistic writing of these characters but not taking away from Tails' personality. He's sympathetic and worrisome, but unlike Sonic Forces, he's also competent. This portrayal is lovable, sweet and perfectly deserving of the title of Sonic's best friend. Now that we've actually covered the characters of Episode 2 is a good episode, I would like to say. Pretty good. I mean, it is Sonic and Tails betrayed as best buddies again, which is awesome. It's in the fact for like the past, at this point, Sonic Boom, Sonic Forces, they weren't really betrayed as much, other than, you know, people, really? I don't know how to put this, really. They weren't really betrayed as best friends. So when this scene came on, it sort of just showed that, yeah, they are. Episode 2 shows them getting one of the first Chaos Emeralds of the series, which is great. Overall, a pretty good episode. Not much to say about it though. Let's move on to episode 3. Episode 3, let's go. This episode is quite similar to the others, but features more plot progression. A number of characters are introduced in this episode, so I get to the point and keep this short. All the aforementioned topics, including music and art, remain consistent here. Knuckles. Let's talk about Knuckles. Knuckles is perfect to par in this episode. Exactly what one would expect from Knuckles. A rash, angry little ball of a kid in a fury whose genuine disdain towards Sonic is both in character and funny, and he perfectly provides to be the tough numbskull we've always known and loved, unlike Sonic Boom, where they made him really dumb. As can be expected, his intentions are solely centered around protecting the Master Emerald, making him perfect for the first neutral character added to the series. Overall, very good Knuckles. I respect him. Ray! Yes! Right, Ray, one of my favourite Sonic characters. I feel the initial reaction to Ray is the only description he needs. He's an identical version of everyone's beloved long-lost flying squirrel, portrayed as a curious, peaceful and happy-go-lucky fellow. Introduce him after Knuckles was a perfect move, because their contrast as characters keeps a simple, sweet conflict. He also acts as a perfect transition into Mighty's entrance. In other news, Eggman's plans are actually good this time. Not conspiracy, not abusing some sort of MacGuffin, just a clever use of what resources he had. Good job. On to episode 4. Episode 4. This episode was a lot all at once. Very nice. This episode got into the plot fast and it gets through a whole lot of it, so let's get right into the characters. Mighty, making his grand return in a very long time, Mighty gets into the episode fast and there's a whole lot of everything. It's great. He shows up in order to protect his friend, Ray, and then proceeds to just pick up a rock and straight up beat Metal Sonic to a pulp. At least until he recovers and goes after Ray. Mighty is clearly a rational character, though unlike Knuckles, he shows reason and doesn't use brute force in the wrong places. Metal Sonic. Yay, my favourite character. So the Metal Speedster from the first episode's teaser proportion has finally arrived, and it certainly makes a dramatic entrance. There's no point going to its personality because it's a robot. Cold, calculated, and designed to do anything to achieve its purpose. It's a perfect depiction of Metal Sonic and comes with a pretty design too. I can't say that Metal Sonic's appearance was too positive though, since he was treated as a big punching bag the whole time. It's unfortunate, because he should be way stronger than these guys. This isn't meant to be a serious action show, so it's not like we're ever going to really get into long fights, but Metal Sonic could have looked more powerful with the amount of screen time that he was given. His fight also had some stills when I would have preferred to see him speed blitzing, but we got scenes of both varieties for him, so it's not really a problem. On to episode 5. Episode 5. We're going through these too quickly, I apologise. This is the final episode in the main series. I'll be getting into each of the character sets: Sonic and Tails, Mighty and Ray, Eggman and Metal Sonic, and Knuckles by himself. Sonic and Tails split together, these two show up to the scene first, heroes as always. Of course, that doesn't go great for them since Metal Sonic takes about 3 seconds to steal their emeralds, but nonetheless, they still do things in their classic duo style. This episode showcases their collaboration, which, more clearly than the second did, evidencing trust between the two. Mighty and Ray, the peaceful duo, arrive mid-battle and remain peaceful until seeing Metal. Then they join forces with Sonic and Tails and battle alongside them against Metal Sonic. Eggman and Metal Sonic. I don't have a lot of info for this one, but let's go. These two do become more serious opponents in this episode, and that's mostly on Metal Sonic, since Ector does is leer ominously and then lose the battle. Nevertheless, they prove to be more capable villains in this episode, albeit still not victorious ones. Knuckles. Well, he's not really part of this episode, but he's definitely there, and he's technically the victor. Since he defeats Metal Sonic and Eggman, his personality and motivators really shine, though when he waltzes out with no regard for his success, it was a little bit disappointing. Overall, if we're talking about the main series, it was pretty good. Episodes 1 to 5 I really liked. Now let's get on to the 6th hidden Christmas special. Right, Christmas special time now. As of recording this, it's August, so I'm not going to sound very Christmassy. Here, in this Christmas special, the only new addition is Amy. So there's not much to say. I'll get to the point and then finish up this whole video, so there's not much, watching left to go. Thanks for watching so far, I guess. Anyway, admittedly, Amy is adorable. I find her design quite effective in winter dress. Although her development is short, it's very effective in portraying her character nonetheless. Fix out Metal Sonic, respectable. I didn't have many other notes for this Christmas special, but I would just like to say it's pretty wholesome, and this bit makes me think, oh god, shipping wars. But other than that, it's quite a cute interaction between Sonic and Amy. I'll just show the clip. Okay, so, do I still believe it's one of the best things to happen to Sonic? Well, come on, tell me you don't like the smear frames. This animation series, I don't know what to classify it as, is pretty good. I quite enjoy it, and it's only 11 minutes long, so it's pretty easy to check out. The Sonic Mania Adventures team, especially Tyson Hess, thank you all for so much of this. This is basically what most Sonic fans would have wanted after Sonic Boom's failure. And to you watching this, I want to hear your opinion on this. I know it's a bit cliche to say that, but I want to hear your opinion on, this whole series. Did you like it? Do you hate it? Do you just not like it at all? Who knows? But overall, the special was a lot of fun to watch as well. I'd recommend watching, the normal series, which is only 11 minutes, and the special, which is like 5 minutes. You have no excuse not to watch it, it's only 60 minutes. It's a fun adventure with a little action, and you can't go wrong there. It's Sonic at its peak. Hopefully one day we get another full-length Sonic show, but we had Team Sonic Racing afterwards, Overdrive thing, and then we had Sonic Prime, but that doesn't really count. If we have another thing like Sonic, Mania Adventures, maybe for Cross Worlds or something like that, I don't know, that would be nice. But overall, the possibilities to sing were endless, and they managed to capture anything to be Sonic referencey. Overall, a 10 out of 10. The best Sonic mini-series. Also, Sonic Team Racing Overdrive is mid anyway.